The stealth action formula is a proven concept when it comes to video games. Going from Metal Gear to Dishonored, being able to play your way and solve the puzzle of every level using the method you want is something that really tickles the brain. Having the choice of approaching each situation by stealth, brute force, or a mix of both is at the core of these experiences. It's in these situations that the mechanics in play really shine. It's also in these moments that the player realizes if he made enough preparations for the assignment and if he brought an efficient loadout. Well, let's grab an assault rifle, slap as much tactical gear as you can on it, and equip some ceramic plates. Because it's time for revenge. Hi guys, this is Jay. Intravenous 2 is a stealth action game made by Explosive Squad Games and published by Hype Trend Digital. I also need to mention that Explosive Squad Games is composed of only one person, Roman Glebenkov. So yes, this is a one-person game. It came out in August 2024 as a sequel to Intravenous, of course. The setting is quite simple. It's about revenge. Somebody killed your dog and now you need to take down their entire organization. Oh fuck, that's not it. You play as Sean, a mercenary who takes convenient contracts that respect his moral code. But you somehow get dragged into something way bigger, and you are then forced to hit big targets to get some answers and save your skin. In the early parts of the game, you will cross the path of Steve, the main character from IV1. The two mercenaries will then team up. What is really cool about this is that you also get to play Steve, who has somewhat of a different skill set compared to Sean. Having taken down a high number of targets, Steve is more than fit for intense gunfights and close quarter combat, while Sean is more of a stealthy operative and prefers to stick to the shadows. The game is divided in missions, each having their own layout and objectives. You can approach each one of them how you see fit, of course. And this is facilitated by making you choose your loadout before each mission. So, gear up, get in, and get out. Sounds pretty simple, right? Just you wait. In Intravenous, you can approach each mission stealthily. This means sticking to the shadows and managing how much noise you make. Using EMPs or shooting the lights is a great way to avoid detection, for example. Diminishing your equipped items will also help you to be less noisy. The takedowns you perform also have to be silent. For this, silencers and quiet weapons are the way to go. And don't forget to hide the corpses and close the door on your way out, please. Unless you are a certified ninja, this phase of the game is usually short-lived, because all can go wrong in just an instant. The AI is pretty sharp, paranoid I might even add, which makes sense I guess since they are generally on guard duty. But when the bullets start flying, the pace of the game changes dramatically. You are now sprinting from cover to cover, firing back when you can, and trying to get yourself out of this mess. The gunplay is spot on. It's punchy, responsive, loud, and the feedback is amazing. There is a wide choice of gun type, ammo type, and customization, which we will come back to later. The guns require some sort of getting used to, but once you get the hang of them, you start to realize that they can all serve a certain purpose. In the multiple encounters you will face, the tactics you can use are many, and yes, camping is allowed. But you have to be quick on your feet. The enemies won't hesitate to rush you down, or wait you out. They also have some tactics of their own, and of course they have the numbers on their side. You are but just one man. Knowing this, you will need to get creative with the gadgets and throwable at your disposition, like the EMPs, which will help you stay in the dark, or the grenades, which I must say, feel incredibly effective in this game. This, and the fact that anyone can die pretty easily, greatly adds to the brutality of encounters. And when it comes to surviving these firefights, you will need more than sheer luck on your side. Before the beginning of each mission, you can fully customize your loadout. This means main weapon, sidearm, gadgets, and even which sort of protection you will be wearing. Each weapon can also support a variety of attachments, each bringing their own strength and weaknesses. You can also chamber your weapons with different types of rounds for varied effects on the field. The protection you choose will have a serious impact on your playstyle. Go with something light and you will be quick and silent, but easier to kill. If you choose something heavier, the additional protection will be noticeable. You will also be able to bring more spare magazines with you, for example. But being bulkier means you make more noise and are less agile. Everything you bring with you has the same effect, meaning that it will be added to your total load, reducing your mobility and increasing the sound you make when moving. Some missions are called social levels, meaning that you can go in undetected and blend in the crowd. For this to work, you will need to bring something that is concealable, of course. These can be a lot of fun, since you really need to make the most of what you have. In Intravenous 2, the flow of the gameplay goes hand in hand with the music, and the transition between each phase of the game loop is flawless. As I mentioned earlier, the missions usually start with the player trying to be stealthy, but inevitably devolve into an intense and gruesome carnage. The music reacts to this transition perfectly by adjusting the current soundtrack to the player's situation. This creates a truly engaging and blood-pumping experience, because you feel that the game is reacting to your actions. Usually, when I get spotted in these types of games, my general reflex is to load a previous save and try again. But when it happened here, I found myself saying, "Fuck it, man, let's go." And that alone is something truly badass and amazing about Intravenous 2. All the music in the game is made by Extrulor, a Finnish musical artist, which focuses primarily on the dance and electronic genre. Needless to say that he did an incredible job implementing his work into the game. It is unreal for me to think that two people can create such an immersive experience. This really goes to show what can come to light when passion and dedication come together. In games like IV2, stealth and combat are two sides of the same coin. They both need to be polished and attractive to the player. Tactical stealth, crisp and responsive gunplay, as well as deep loadout customization are all important parts of the overall concept. Let's also not forget that music is something that can greatly enhance any game experience. When the players are as thrilled to infiltrate as they are to rip and tear, you know that you got something special. And with that, you now know why Intravenous 2 is one of the best stealth action games ever made. Thank you guys for watching. If you think that I missed some elements or that I got some of them wrong, feel free to start the discussion in the comments. I would love to talk anything Intravenous with you. If you enjoyed the content, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's also a good way to make sure you don't miss the next part of our odyssey.